Hi guys, and how we all doing? My name is Meju from TradewithBolu Financial Services, and I'll be taking you off our forex analysis for this week. And I would first rush through the risk warning so we understand that trading leverage products such as forex and derivatives may not be suitable for all investors because they carry some high degree of risk to your capital. And you don't want to be trading with money you cannot afford to lose, because TradewithBolu would not be held responsible for any loss incurred by this trading system. This is just an analysis, and we could be wrong, but with proper risk management and risk warning, you would understand how we trade and how not to lose. By signing up for any of our courses, you'll learn the proper education that you need in both forex and derivative. Okay, so you may want to pause this risk warning to take a closer look at it. So diving into my chart, I said I'm going to be taking you an analysis from the 25th of October 2021 straight down to the 31st, all through to the weekend, because Deriv is synthetic indices, so it runs all through to the weekend. All right, and I'm taking you on 4 basic indexes, and we have the VIX 100S index, the VIX 75S index, the VIX 50S index, and the VIX 75 index, which is variety 75, which is one of the most common indices that people trade on Deriv. So you should hope you had an awesome week last week, because I'm sure if you stayed tuned to our analysis last week, you should have got some awesome moves and made some awesome profits. But if you didn't, don't be scared. There's still much more profit to be made and much more moves to catch in the market this coming week. So diving into my analysis, my first is the VIX 100S index, and I'll be going off my daily time frame. I've marked out my charts, save the stress, and on daily time frame I can see this downtrend. All right, this lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and I have lower low, lower low, lower low. So I'm sure that on the higher time frame I'm on quite a strong downtrend. Then here again we could still see it, but it seems somehow that on the H1 price made some recent impulsive move through this trend line. I even marked it out with a trend line. So price came here, touched, not really so touched, but you could count it as one. So we saw this move in price, and price made its way back all the way to this previous resistance that we could see here around the 1st of August, the 1st of September, and price is here once again towards this previous resistance. And there are 2 things that could happen definitely when price reaches a resistance. Either price gets rejected back, or price breaks through the resistance and breaks upward. So I'm going to be share my bias on this. Remember, I could be wrong, but I'm going to apply proper risk management when trading this. So I've marked out my key regions. I have this major resistance that I see price coming to, which is around the 3850.07 region, and I have this support down here, support here. And what am I saying for my end? I'm saying that price could possibly break through this trend line, because the trend line is quite steep, and the steeper the trend line, the more the tendency of the trend line not to hold for long, because buyers are buying at very high prices, and at some point they will just want to take a break, and sellers will come in to just take some of their share back. So I'm looking for a potential break and retest of this region. Okay, so I have a break of the trend line, a potential retest, and let me get this next arrow down. So down towards this region, we're going to take a potential TP1 at this region and TP2 at the second region here. So I'm looking for a break and retest. So I'm quite having a selling bias for VIX 100S index for this coming week, because price made its way all the way back to this previous resistance. Okay, and it also acted as a major resistance here, a minor resistance here, but they came back to, sellers came here, pushed it, and there could still be some amount of sellers here that would still want to push price all the way back to this downside. But remember, you would want to be careful and apply proper risk management. But what if the sellers are not so strong to push price? Then once I see a break and a break off this resistance towards the upside, I would be bullish on this pair because it shows that there's no much sellers that we thought as before. But more or less, we could still see some amount of selling pressure coming here. So we want to just be careful when taking our profits or locking profits early on time, so as to not be stopped out unnecessarily. So a potential sell towards this region, TP1, TP2 for VIX 100S index. Then moving next to my VIX 75S index daily, and price was quite on a downtrend on the daily from June, July, August, September, but beginning of October we've seen price pushing back to the up. And what does it mean? It's just simple that buyers came back starting of October and they are trying to push price all the way to the upside, but there are still points where sellers could still come in. Okay, because I want to be trading with the direction of the big trend, and there are two things this. Okay, was this actually kind of a long-term trade? Okay, two things that could happen. Okay, or you could trade it by, you could trade both the short and the buy of it, either short and buy it at the same time. So let me just explain what I mean. So we saw this strong downtrend and we saw this impulsive move. So price broke structure. We saw a BMS here, and let me bring up my tools here, and we can see this major resistance, initial resistance here first, and we can see this another resistance here, which I'm going to be marking out. Resistance here. So resistance here. Two things I'm looking at. Resistance here could come back to form as a support. You can see it form like little supports. We see this hammer looking like candle, but you could still come back to form a stronger support here. But you may want to trade both the shorting of it and the longing of it. I would explain that. So yeah, we saw sellers come in and push price down because this has been a key region for quite a while. We saw it all the way in 31st of March, came back here towards May, and now again beginning of August, and we are seeing it again. So we see some selling pressure coming around this region, and they just want to push price back towards this end. Okay, so I would be looking for sells around this region, waiting for price to just patiently reach here. When I see either my double tops or my heads and shoulder, or just candlestick pattern of confirmation before I make an entry on this, because I want to be going with this is quite a strong downtrend. Price just, you can see we just saw a minor break of market structure towards the ending of September, starting of October. So price sellers could still come back in where they came in before, push price towards the downside. Then you may want to be buying around this region. But what I would advise is, if you see selling opportunities there, take a sell towards the downside. Then you may want to be bullish because we've seen this break the structure. Okay, but if I see price break upwards here, I will be bullish because it shows that there are no much sellers, which I first initially thought. But in everything, I'm going to just apply proper risk management. Remember, I said this is not an investment advice. This is just my analysis. I could be wrong, but I'm going to apply proper risk management. And when you align with market structure, most of the time it would always work out just as you plan the trade. Okay, so selling pressures towards this region, taking a potential sell towards this, then look for buys around here. So that's my buys on VIX 75 index. Moving over to VIX 50. For VIX 50, I noticed this good looking trend line. It could almost be like a channel. Yes, we have this channel, and it's a downtrend channel, but I would want to be looking for the selling part because I want to be trading with the direction of the trend. So yes, and we can see that price recently was had a strong uptrend. Then we are seeing little ranging over a while, but now we see this channel. So we could see price break towards the downside. Okay, but what I'm more concerned is for selling opportunities in the channel. Okay, so sorry, let me get this channel drawn perfectly. Okay, so selling opportunities in this channel. So where am I looking for? Let me just mark out some points I would be looking for. This region, okay, around this region, because if I draw out my Fibonacci, I could get it towards the 61.8 exactly. I'm a fan of the Fibonacci's are just tools that I use to measure possible retracement extent levels. So 61.8 is a key region, and I noticed that towards there I saw some strong selling pressure coming with this red candle, so they could come back here again also within the channel. So looking for sells towards the downside of the channel around this region. Okay, and long term you could look for sells all the way to the downside potential, but you want to be careful. Take initial profits around here, because once if you are taking a sell, you want to take initial profits here. Then if you see a break, then you trade sell down. But if you see bullish confirmations, you just want to be following what the market is showing you, because you don't want to be so rigid in your analysis. Okay, you should be able to be flexible. If you see that your night isn't working out and you see some opportunities, you just may want to take them, but still apply proper risk management. So remember the channel. Which showed you here, and we just want to be trading within the channel. Remember looking for sells because it's a downward channel. Okay, a downward channel. Okay, so you'll be looking for sells towards the downside. So for VIX 75 index, also we're on quite a downtrend. Okay, so we can bend these stops with this, and yes, we have some downtrend. So there are two opportunities we can find here. We can find opportunities within the trend line. We can find opportunities of the trend line. Okay, and we can find minor opportunities. So for this, we saw the trend line reject 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's possible you could want to reject the fifth time. Okay, but the increased number of touches, the weaker the trend line tends to become. So you want to be careful if you are waiting for entries of the trend line. But this is a very good respected trend line towards the downside. But for me, I'm looking for recent opportunities, and okay, let me get to my H4. I'm looking for recent selling opportunities, and I saw this as okay. I have my objects. Okay, as a break and retest. Okay, so this may not be so favorable opportunity, because we are still looking of big selling opportunities of the large trend line, but you may want to short this. Okay, let's look for, because this is also a break, a retest, and little shorts towards the downside, temporary shorts. But for long term, I'm looking for opportunities based off this trend line. Okay, based off this trend line, and around what region? Around, let me get my. So we could see price coming in around this region. Okay, because this, yeah, we saw a little minor push. We saw price came back to touch here again. So off this trend line and off this resistance towards the downside, but a temporary short here before price comes back here and join the major downtrend, but still bearish bias for fix 75 index. Okay, remember to apply proper risk management when trading, and check out our forex analysis. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't. You may want to take any of our course this coming month, okay, to enjoy financial freedom. And also remember to join our Telegram channels and join our Instagram and Facebook channel. And I see you profitable at the end of this week. My name still remains Miju from TradewithBolu Financial Services. Bye for now.